Welcome back. We're going to be discussing how when you are performing, you have nothing to prove, but everything to express. There comes a time in every artist's life where they realize that they don't need to be validated by others because they have that within themselves. And they don't need to perform to prove themselves to anyone because they've already proven it to themselves. And that's a really powerful place to be, because when you're there, you're performing from this place of expression rather than this place of seeking something. And we can set goals of I seek to feel this way when I perform, but that's different than saying I seek to make the audience love me so I win first place, right? Why don't you just show up as yourself and do the best that you can with all of the inner work and then win first place because of that? Let's take a step back. This isn't about proving anything. This is about expressing something. And a performance is not a test of your worth. It is simply a place where you can show people who you are. There was a time where I thought that I had to prove my worth every time I performed because I felt that it was the only way that people would see me. And that was difficult because it wasn't effective. It never landed the way I wanted it to. I remember doing this ballet final. I had to perform a variation, and I loved the variation. I had a little outfit to wear. I loved the music. I had studied the choreography. I found the moments that I loved and I wanted to hit. But something happened where I felt that I had to impress my teacher. And I wanted her to see all of the hard work I did. And I should have known that she would just see the hard work anyway in the final result. But something happened where I just performed from a place that I was trying to prove something rather than just do it. And I got really tense and it didn't go well and it was a struggle. And she didn't let me perform again. Give me a second try, right? That was it. You just did it once. And I remember feeling like if I had just performed like I had been rehearsing, rather than trying to add this extra layer of see me, and tell me I'm valid and worthy, that I would have done exactly what I was hoping for. So let me be a lesson to you and remind yourself that what makes a performance isn't the polished, it isn't the perfection, it's the honesty and the vulnerability. So, as we move along, remind yourself that validation is fleeting. External validation, we don't need that. We need internal validation. And when we have the internal validation, that's when we can call upon those emotions when we're performing that much more frequently and that much more effectively. If you're performing from a place where you're seeking approval, it becomes a slippery slope because approval changes so frequently, different trends, different styles. It's like you're on a hamster wheel. They're moving the goalpost always. It's not effective, and eventually it'll affect your self-worth, which we don't want. So reeling it back in, that's why we have those grounding exercises, that's why we have the breath work, that's why we have the intention, the rehearsal rituals. So when you perform, you're performing from an authentic place. The art of the expression and the principle of this performance is self-trust. If you believe in yourself, I know, isn't it crazy that it just all boils down to this? But if you believe in yourself and you trust yourself and the work that you have done, it will follow through. It's inevitable. You don't need all the extras. It's just there. You don't need to contort yourself into this character to become magnetic, because you are magnetic already, and you're just learning how to hone it and how to utilize it as a tool. Trusting your body, trusting your impulses, knowing that the stage is a safe place to express, these are the final acts in creating that efficacy that gets the connection to your audience, that carries with them for days, weeks, months. I remember this girl I saw on this show and she did this. That's what that is. So when you express through a place of authenticity, you express effectively. And the more you release this need to prove something, the more you make the space to express what matters. So if you're open to it, record yourself again dancing, just like we did in the first module way back when. Record yourself, use the same song if you want, use a different song, it doesn't matter, but record yourself and think about those things throughout the course that we have dived into, and then watch it and see what you notice. And if you're really brave, which you are, post them side by side and share them with your community, because it's something to be proud of. And sharing yourself is something that is a really beautiful and vulnerable thing. And that's a true performance.